Hi LinkedIn, it's Alex here with another how-to video looking at Sales Navigator. Today we're going to look at advanced search and how you can use this from a prospecting perspective. So in simple terms, we click on advanced search and we click search for leads. You can apply your sales preferences straight away if you want, but typically these are quite broad, so the numbers are quite large, but by all means play around with that. But in this situation, we're going to look at something more specific. So let's say that you manage a geography. We could maybe choose EMEA. And let's say that you want to focus on a particular industry. I don't know, we could choose the financial services sector. And you're interested in those who've got the job title Chief Technology Officer. So we could do Chief Technology Officer, let it run through, and we could do Chief Technology Officer. Now we've got 539, so maybe we want a few more job titles. So it's recommending Chief Information Technology Officer, and maybe choose Deputy Chief Technology Officer. So we're still at 539, but that's a good starting point. So let's click Search. Through here, we then come through to the filters that you will be familiar with. So here are the people who have got Chief Technology Officer, tag themselves as being in the financial services sector. And 50 of these individuals, and you're probably going to get bored of me going through this, but it is the key aspect of Sales Navigator, have changed roles. So again, is this a sales trigger to do something to get in touch with them? Here are the active people on LinkedIn. So 87 people have posted something in the last 30 days or been active on the platform in the last 30 days. So let's say I was interested in Michael at Wonga. So I can click on Michael's profile. This then brings me through to Michael's profile, and we can see his activity 1 week ago. So we can see more. What I would then do in this situation, I would click on this, and this would then take you directly through to LinkedIn, and I would write a comment, or I would like it. What that then does is then Michael gets a notification that this has happened. This is a very quick way to start to bring yourself and bring your personal brand into Michael's field of view, as it were. So he then now knows who you are. He now understands, or at least has heard of your brand. And then you can start to look at your connections and look for an introduction. This can also help to drive your content strategy, because if we go back to here, we can then start to see, and you start to filter through the 87 or so and get an understanding of what is being posted. So Monica from the City of London Group PLC, again, same principle, see what she has shared in the last 30 days and her activity. So I would like this, I would comment on this, I would start a conversation. So this is a super quick way to bring yourself into someone's field of view very quickly, because I'm not connected to Monica. So it's unlikely that I would necessarily see her content unless there's some fluke of the algorithm or somebody in my network happens to engage, but then I need to be able to see that through all the other noise on LinkedIn.com. You'll note here that she's put her Twitter profile, so I could then click on her Twitter profile and see when she last tweeted. I then might follow her on Twitter. I might retweet what she's done. I might do this twice, so there's a double hit of the piece. We know that she's ex-PwC, I'm ex-PwC. Then I can use that. If she's looked back at my profile, once I've done that engagement, I know she is engaged, then I ask for the introduction. So this is a super quick way to start to get to know your market, get to understand what's happening. Advanced search is really, really powerful. But then what we can also do, you'll notice here, save search. So if I click save search, I can then call this CTO FS email. Click save. This then automatically does the business development and the prospecting for me. You'll see here the varying searches that I've got done. So what that then does is then you get a notification every time there's a change in this. If someone posts something, if someone changes role, if someone updates their experience, if someone were to, I don't have the filter here, follow your corporate page, you'll get a notification. One thing to point out, those of you that are on the team or enterprise account, depending on whether you've deployed Team Link Extend, if you're an enterprise, depending on how many Sales Navigator licenses you have, you'll have a filter here called Team Link. What Team Link will show is who within these search results within your organization is connected to these people, even if you are not connected to that person. Because what Sales Navigator does is creates a virtual map of your company. But as I say, it is only as good as your behavior on LinkedIn. So if, as an organization, you are not connecting to your client base and your prospects and people you have business meetings with, Sales Navigator and TeamLink can't then magic these connections from thin air. So start playing around with the advanced search function. Start having a think about the types of job titles, play around with keywords, all this kind of stuff. And I think you'd be amazed at the information that's out there. But more importantly, it's this and this which are going to help you drive this. This particularly, the posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. The clue is in the title of the platform, social network. Be social, comment, like, engage, ask for an introduction. And I think you'd be pleasantly surprised that your ability to prospect and cold call, if you will, this is the 21st century cold approach, but it's not cold, it's warm. As ever, thank you very much for taking the time to listen. I hope you found that helpful. And until next time.